All right, we got Brother Corey's 2015 Yukon Denali here today. We are going to do some rear brakes on this sucker. This is a job that anybody can do in their driveway at home with a little patience, some hand tools, and the right equipment. So step number one, before we get it up in the air and get the tires off, you want to pull the cap off of your brake reservoir like he just did there. Now, we are going to get it up in the air at home. You can put a jack under it. Just make sure you get it on jack stands and secured with the tires off the ground in the back, and do not set the parking brake. And here we go. Let's get it up and get it apart, and we'll pick up from there. I forgot my camera at home, so I'm doing this on my phone again, but I think this should turn out a-okay for you folks. So if you're trying to get the rear brake pads done and the rotors we'll go over that here in a little bit, but I will put a link up here in the video and in the description below for a good set of pads and rotors on Amazon, and I'll have a link for just pads, so you can get whatever you need to get, along with everything else you need to do this job. But step number one is going to be get it up in the air and get your tires off. So here we are, tires off, we're ready to get into it. First thing you're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull the brake caliper itself. So that is going to be a 13 millimeter on the top up here and a 13 millimeter on the bottom down here. You'll see I've already got this one loose, and I broke this one loose. I'm going to zip those out, and then we'll wiggle wobble this thing off and set it back here, not putting any tension on the brake line. Here we are, bolts are out of the caliper, and then you'll just rock it back and forth, take it off, and set it right back here where it is supported. Bam. Now, next step is going to be taking off the 19 millimeters that hold the caliper bracket on. There's one right there. There is one right here. So we're going to take those out and take the entire caliper bracket out. Also, we probably want to grab our brake pads now, so we'll walk these out. You'll see these things are nothing left on them, metal to metal here on these suckers. This is a job that anybody can do at home in their driveway. You do not need to go to a shop to get your brakes done. Just watch the video, go slow if you've never done it. There we go. So now we'll break these 19s. These are probably going to be extremely tight. They come with yellow Loctite on them.
18 millimeter.
18 millimeter, I'm sorry. But yeah, so we'll get this shot off, and then we'll pull this whole bracket off right here. All right, here we are. So we have all of the brake pads and the caliper bracket, all of that is removed. So now we're down to the rotor. So when you do your brakes, no matter what, you at least want to get your rotor turned. You can take it to any auto parts store. I think a lot of machine shops will do it, but basically they're just going to make sure that it's nice and flat and smooth. There may or may not be enough material left to do it. You can put calipers on it to check that, or they'll check it before they give you a go ahead. Getting them turned is typically about $25 a rotor, as opposed to buying entirely new ones. But that being said, to get them off, all you're going to do is slide it off. Nothing holds this on now. It may be gummed up and stuck, as rotors tend to do. If that's the case, you'll have to beat it with a hammer on the flat face right here in between the studs. Do not hit the studs with the hammer. You can hit it right here in between and on this thick part. Do not hit the face of it, only on this area here, front and back, and then eventually it will break free and slide right off. All right, here we are. We got our rotor off. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So now what I like to do is we're going to douse this all down with brake cleaner and just kind of knock all the brake dust off that's in here, get this clean, and then we're going to come back and we're going to clean up this mounting surface for the new rotor right here with a wire wheel and some red Scotch-Brite. And I'll show you how to do that when I get to that part, but for now we're just going to douse her down and then let her dry. There we are. I got me a little tiny wire brush, but we're just going to work right around this little area right here where the rotor mounts. Now, this vehicle is a Texas truck, so this one is not bad. If you're up north, this is going to be far worse, and I suggest a power tool probably, or if you're by the coast. But for this, we'll just get this cleaned up real good here, knocked off and cleaned up with some more brake cleaner, and then we're ready to reinstall everything, y'all. Yay! All right, here we go. It's knocked down and cleaned up. So we have two more things to do before we get ready to reassemble everything. So next up, we are going to compress the caliper piston here. So in order to put our new pads in, this piston needs to be compressed all the way back in. So there's a really cool tool for this that I'm going to show you here in a second. In the case of this Yukon, because he pushed this out so far and was metal to metal, the tool won't quite fit in, so I have to use the old C-clamp method to get it started. Then we'll switch over. But they have a ratcheting tool for this that is, if you do your brakes more than once, I cannot recommend enough that you should order that, and I will have that also linked below with everything else. But that ratcheting tool, brake cleaner, and synthetic brake grease are going to be your friends when you're doing a brake job. Those are the three most important things, other than the pads and rotors themselves. But let me get the C-clamp set up. I'll show you what that looks like. We'll press it in a little bit, and then we'll move over to the ratcheting tool. All right, here's the old C-clamp method. So you just fist your C-clamp around, you put your brake pad in backwards against the piston, and then you just rotate it and squeeze it in. So I'm gonna get a little space there, then I'll show you the cool tool that's way easier. All right, here we go. So this is the caliper ratcheting tool. You'll just slip it in there and put your finger to hold that part and start ratcheting until it gets tight, and then you just ratchet it away. Flip that little switch down there once it's all the way in, loosen it up, and pull it right out of there. All right, so yeah, once it's snugged up like that, you can just start ratcheting, and it will press that sucker all the way in flat. Just like that, nice and easy. No slipping C-clamps, none of that stuff. And when you're done, just flip this little lever right here and back it off. How far does that go?
Just go until it stops. That way you know it's fully compressed.
Yeah. And there we go, it's stopped, fully compressed. We'll flip the switch, back it off, and pull it right out of there. Come on. Here we are, I got it all hit with the wire brush and sprayed down with brake cleaner. So before we put the hardware in, what you want to do too, this is something a lot of people miss, make sure you grab your caliper slide and move it back and forth with your fingers. Just make sure it moves nice and easy. So see how these are moving nice and good? Can you hold this for me one more time? It's really hard to record with the phone. If they are gummy at all, what you can do is you just hold it with your finger and you pull it out. Then you're going to clean this grease off and put new synthetic brake grease on here, and then you'll just put it right back in and work it up and down. But this kind of motion is what you need. If it's stuck at all, you need to clean these and reapply new grease. Already put the hardware in, so you literally just line it up, lay it into place. This does not feel like it's retaining very well. But the brake pads will hold this into place whenever it's in the vehicle. So we might have to do this one on vehicle. But now we're ready to install the rotor. If you have new rotors, it will likely have machine oil on it, which you'll see there's no rotor here. Corey already grabbed it and threw it on over here. But if it has oil on it, you need to make sure you clean it off with brake cleaner, both front and back. He already rinsed this one off, and then you just slide it into place like this. So now we're gonna slide our caliper bracket back in. The bolts for that you took out here, we are going to clean these threads with the yellow Loctite in there. We're going to knock all that out with a wire wheel, and then we're going to put some new fresh blue Loctite on this sucker, and then we'll be ready to tighten it down and torque it. All right, Corey's sliding the caliper bracket back in. The torque spec on those bolts, which you just slide it in, get them finger started, and then you can tighten them up. They are 200 Newton meters. So we'll get that tightened down, and then it's time to put our pads on and start greasing some things up. Our caliper bracket is in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take some synthetic brake grease. This stuff is about to get really important. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in and put a tiny little dabble and smear in here where the brake pad rides on the new hardware. And we're going to do that on all four corners and rub it around with our fingers so there's a nice thin layer of synthetic grease everywhere the metal of that pad touches in here. But make sure you don't get any on your rotor. If you do, you need to wash it with some brake cleaner and make sure that it gets clean. You just want a small layer, and like I said, I like to rub it with my finger to get that in there. And with this hardware in particular being so bad, we're gonna grease up the other one, and then we'll hold it in place and slap our brake pads in to hold it up where it needs to be. But real quick, I guess I'll show you this one. So then you'll also want to clean up the fingers here and the caliper surface on your brake caliper, and then we are going to put grease around this ring on the piston and on both fingers here where they make contact as well. Another important thing to note is make sure you check the back of the brake pads. There are inner and outers on these ones,
And left hand, right hand.
and left hand, right hand. So make sure you're using the correct brake pads on the correct location. But you'll see he's got the brake pad slid in and is holding the hardware up in this case, so there's nowhere for it to go and fall. What we are going to do before we put the actual caliper back on and grease it is check to make sure that it's not going to hit the rotor in any way, and then we can put everything back together. So if you look down here, now that he's got it all in, just make sure no metal is touching the rotor here. So we are good there, and we are good there. Now we're going to put our grease on the fingers and here after we get this excessive amount of brake cleaner cleaned out and dried, and then we will grease that up. slap that on the top, and we're going to give this one ooga dooga of torque, but we're also going to put blue Loctite on those. You may need to hold the caliper slide with a wrench when you reinstall it, and then we'll pick up from there. All right, as Corey's putting this caliper back on, I just wanted to note one last thing. Make sure you don't twist up your brake line. You want to make sure that it's nice and smooth and not twisted. But there we go. It's slid into place. It is greased. I did not compress the piston all the way, so he had just compress it a little bit more. So just make sure it's nice and flush and there's no piston sticking out of the caliper housing. All right, and here it is. It's all back together. So all you need to do at this point is put your tire back on, torque your lug nuts down, and then make sure you pump your brake pedal before you try and drive it, because you're going to have to recompress those brake pads onto the rotor. But that is all there is to it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Anybody can do this thing at home. So just give it a whirl. If this video helped you out, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to see more.